go get them again.
Welcome back to the Robezoid channel. I'm your host, Mark, and on the docket today we have an unboxing first impression video on my channel. Yeah, I don't know how to tackle this. Not a first impression, perhaps. This one called C for Men Woody Leather with Oud Intense. Yeah, that's the name. Used to be known as C for Men, which I have here. I thought, and again, Clive Christian is a brand that I own only one bottle in my personal collection. There it is, C for Men, Tuscan leather-esque. I was thinking this was a flanker to C, I thought. Because I haven't really, this is a brand, Rouge d'Oeuvre, Fragrance du Bois. There's these certain brands that are just really, I don't know, to me personally, not really for a true fragrance collector. I don't want to disrespect or hurt anybody's feelings, but to me, Clive Christian, Rouge d'Oeuvre, these brands really just don't speak to me. You know, I'd rather spend big money on certain products. Clive Christian was kind of like that brand that was a little too much for what it offered, honestly. And it's kind of like, it reminds me a little bit of Rouge d'Oeuvre, like the kind of brand that really has no creativity. It's just expensive just because. That's where I was, but it seems, you know, after getting this from my big Fragflex haul here, it seems like this got discontinued and was replaced by this. So they did that for certain ones. So my original C for Men, which is this one right here, which is halfway through, I here's a lot of people want this, and I could see why. It's an excellent scent, and it was the one that spoke to me about the brand, even though it was Tuscan leather-esque. So now I'm like, okay, am I getting something new or old? As per the note breakdown, I'm getting something new. Something that's much less, again, note breakdowns, how can I say, note breakdowns are marketing. If you know, you know. Really all it is they'll release what they want the public to know. And again, they give you as much as they want or as little as they want. There is some marketing gimmicks that, you know, some years it was really popular to have a huge note breakdown. It was things that really intrigued guys like, not like me, but people in the fragrance community. They really wanted a huge note breakdown. Then it went to, right now, the big thing du jour right now in the fragrance game is to have a very simplistic note breakdown of 3 notes. You know what I'm talking about. Brands are just purposely putting in 3 notes. This is what it smells like. That's it. Not overcomplicate things. That's what they think about us as a consumer, by the way. So, before I go to unboxing, if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Subscribe. Smash the like button also. Much appreciated. Let's take a look at the new note breakdown of C for Men Woody Leather with Oud Intense. As you can see, very simplistic. And if you go see the original C for Men, it was just peppered with notes. I have my original bottle and I do have a strip for it. I just want to see the difference from the introduction. There may not be much of a difference, but we'll see. This one was released in 2017. I think this one has obviously a few years behind it. The nose is the same, Christian Provenzano. And I don't think I have, this has made a top 20 list somewhere on my channel. I don't think it has a standalone unboxing. I don't think I've done a test drive. I don't even think I've done a full-fledged review. If I haven't done one of these 3, I do apologize. So I do own C for Men. Let's get into it. Let's see what this one, oh yeah, these boxes are like this. It's been a while since I've smelled a Clive Christian. It's been a while since I've unboxed a Clive Christian. Okay, so they make their boxes kind of fancy that way, you know, the accordion way. Okay, I need this. And this opens sideways, I think, or open, yeah, sideways. Okay, there's a card. I'm not going to open that up. And the bottle looks exactly the same, except for obvious, you know, it's got like the wood grain kind of with the big C on it. So yeah, that's the difference. Cap is pretty much the same, like the font's different, but other than that, yeah, there's just small differences here and there. So this is not a differences video, by the way. So anybody that's tuning in going, oh, okay, versus, no, this is not what we're doing here. I just want to remind myself, and people are probably going to go crazy here. He's spraying it. That's like 25 bucks. Yeah. So dusty leather. It does have that raspberry note in here. It has that fruitiness. Yeah, it's beautiful. It is Tuscan leather-esque, but it's absolutely gorgeous. There is slight differences, and that's where probably I'm going to have to do a fragrance review on C for Men because, you know, obviously leathers, there's been leathers before Tuscan leather, and there's going to be some after. Tuscan leather seems like the one that everybody's kind of copying because it's a great release. Honestly, it's interesting enough, but not too bold to be more mainstream. That's basically where I'm going with it. There is leathers out there that are way more interesting than this kind of DNA, but this is a good DNA. But it's bold enough that it'll have fragrance heads kind of excited about it, especially ones that just got into niche fragrances or high-end fragrances. Yeah, C for Men, excellent. Let's see what we get with the woody leather with Oud Intense. Well, the atomizer's kind of different here. Okay. Oh, I need that anyway, but let's see. Oh, yeah, I see differences. You lost... You lost the raspberry note. You lost fruitiness. You're getting a citrus. Yeah, so it still has that dusty, dirty leather, Tuscan leather-esque, but lost the fruity tinge in this one. Replaced it with kind of like not a bright up lip, like a metal down mandarin. It has a mandarin note, and it's not very prominent. It's very minute. It's almost, it has a certain texture to it. I don't know. Almost like a mandarin in a pastry or something like that. Not a thinned out, uplifting mandarin. Nope. Oud, leather, tobacco are your central themes here. The leather is mildly smoky. It has that dirty dustiness. Soft woods, like the oud in this is not, you know, big animalic thing. Saffron is kind of minor, but it has a little bit of the piquant. Very warm. Tobacco has its place here, but again, a secondary note. Let's put it on skin. Atomizer is kind of solid on this. I think it's a better atomizer than that one. I don't know, like is it a taller atomizer? It feels weird. Anyway. This has a lot more going in the introduction. And I'm not saying that just because there's tons of notes. No. It has more of them. It's got some green aspects, but the fruity aspects really change your way of thinking on this. This is, I'm not saying it's darker. It actually isn't as dark, which is a weird thing. It's almost like they took the mid of this one and cut off the introduction a little bit. But still Tuscan leather-esque. So leather is your main player as per usual. A solid scent. And one that I would recommend, if somebody goes, hey, I want to get into the Clive Christian brand, I will give them all the warnings that I would give anybody. Just as a true fragrance head, I will give you the warnings. Again, have you tested out anything that's cheaper than this? And I'm talking about $400, $300 fragrance brands. Like, have you tried those yet? Are you jumping from designer to this? This is a brand that honestly, to me personally, I don't know. It's just maybe my experience with the brand, but it feels Roja Dove-esque. And that means you're getting a little bit of juice. Like these are 50 mils, right? They haven't changed that. I'm assuming the bottle looks exactly the same. Yeah, and you're paying a premium. What is this, like $400 or $500 for this bottle? Now, Tuscan leather is probably on the same. They've been bumping up the prices of Tuscan leather, so it might be on the same wavelength now. But Yeah, there is some quality here, and I'm not gonna poo-poo it just to poo-poo it, but yeah, this is the one that I would actually recommend. If somebody's diehard, I'd be like, do you like leathers? That would be my first thing. What about Tuscan leather? Do you own it? Yeah, you love it, but you don't own it. Try this one. That's where I would go with this. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see, compare these side by side. Minute changes. The only thing that I could say that is a jarring factor between this and this is the fruity aspect. This one has it, but still remains very dark, versus this, which is still dark, but lost that. It has like a citrusy aspect instead of a raspberry aspect, which is, but again, it's not an uplifting citrus. It's really like a mellowed citrus, like something that you would get on a, I don't know, like a tart or something, like kind of like a weird way of describing it, but a darker way of a citrus, not something that's uplifting. But anyway, you can find this one at fragflex.com. That's where I got this one. And you can use my code TFG10 and get 10% off on anything site-wide. I'm looking forward to delving more into this. And again, this is a great, like, I'm actually really loving this whole Fragflex unboxing kind of thing, the mega haul here. Just from brands that, you know, that I haven't tested out in a while, or they're new to me. It's kind of re-energizing me into certain brands. Like I've kind of been in, no, I'm not saying I'm in the funk, but I was kind of like in the same realm. It's kind of nice to see like a brand like this, which I had no real desire of testing anything new from them, but it's nice to go back to it. And I think this haul actually has another Clive Christian. Is it I? Yeah, it's I. So I have C and I need L, V, and E. So there you have it. And again, now that you heard my take, I'd love to see yours in the comments below. And again, if there is some Clive Christian diehards on my channel, again, I do apologize, but I don't. It's my thoughts on the brand. I may turn around on the brand. That can happen. The more I test, the more I may turn around, but we'll see. But this one, I've never had any issues. Obviously, it's the only one that I have a full bottle of, so I really do enjoy the new one as well. So I'd like to see, you know, anybody that owns both, their thoughts, things like that, or recommendations of the brand. I haven't spoken much about Clive Christian on my channel. And as always, a great pour fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your leather-based fragrance wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one.